Watch Away's Midlife Dolly Crisis, and in today's episode we are going to be unboxing a Shadow High doll. So this is them. So I know that Shadow High Wave 3 have kind of started appearing all over the world. I did go into Smith's actually, Smith's Toys, which is a big toy chain here in Ireland and the UK and also mainland Europe, and I didn't see any here. But that's not much of a shock, I don't think. I think they have been spotted, a few of them, in the UK, but not like the whole range. So obviously they might start appearing now. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any of Wave 3, to be honest. My feelings on them is a bit sort of, nah, I'm not sure. I kind of feel like I've seen it all now. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to look forward to opening this doll. Originally, I wasn't going to get this one. Then she went down in price, and I saw, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, but someone posted some really nice pictures of something that they'd done to their version of dia-mond, because dia-mond is the name. We'll talk about that as well. And she looked really good. She kind of looked like a sort of an alien princess, and I really love that idea. And I also like the fact that she has a different kind of haircut. She has a shorter haircut. It's like a bob, which I love a bob, so I'm there for that, even if it has got tinsel in it. So let's get her out of the box and see what we think of her. Here is dia-mond in her box. The name dia-mond to me, it sounds like a drag queen. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it's kind of an interesting name, but also I kind of feel like with the names, they've given up a bit, or they're going for really kind of like blatant names now, especially with the third wave of dolls. One of them is called Lavender Lynn, and there's another one, Scarlet Rose. It feels to me like they're going for either drag queen or maybe actresses from an adult film or something. I don't know. Anyway, the name aside, this is dia-mond in her box. So I think they've changed the style of boxes again, but this is from Wave 2. So we've got an image of her down here, which is very cute. She's obviously there in the box. There's no second outfit, but we do have these kind of accessories that are just here. I can't remember how difficult they are to get out of the box, but I think they are quite bad, so it should be interesting. I'm not going to be filming it. Just have a quick look on the back of the box. Here's a picture of her with Zoe Electra. I do also have Zoe to open, but obviously it's not going to be today, but it's kind of nice I got both of them. It's weird they're both in white as well, and they were both from the same line. I don't really know what colour Zoe was meant to be. I would presume green, because she is green, but then she's wearing white, so I don't know. dia-mond, I guess, is diamonds, or at least kind of sparkly, so I'm guessing that's what her kind of theme is. And she's got a very kind of purple skin. Her speciality subject, or whatever they're calling it, is fashion design focus, which I think I've heard people sort of saying is most of them are fashion design focus. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to unbox her, and then we'll have a look at her and all the stuff that she comes with. Wish me luck. Okay, so I'm back. We'll talk about the actual unboxing shortly, but let's have a quick look at what she comes with. So obviously she comes with the very standard sort of like the comb. So all of her kind of comb and hangers and doll stand and stuff are all kind of like this sort of silver colour. So we have the silver comb here with SH on the handle bit, Shadow High obviously. Then we have the Shadow High doll stand. It's pretty standard. It's got the whole sort of like, not so much rivets as kind of studs, I suppose, going around the base of it. It's got SH on the front, which I don't actually remember from the other ones, but the other ones might have been sort of like that sort of clear plastic, so you don't necessarily see it that well. Obviously that's the bit that slots into the back bit, and then that's going around the waist. So that is that, and then, as I say, we've got the hangers. So we've got the regular hanger here, which has Shadow written on the bottom of it, and then we've got the sort of the one with the clips on, with SH on there, and then these things you can kind of use to clip things, sort of like trousers or whatever. Obviously, as I'm sure I've mentioned in other videos, the irony is these dolls only come with one outfit, so what you're going to hang on these, I don't know. Maybe her coat, I suppose. But yeah, so that's all the kind of the general stuff that she comes with. Then she does have some sort of specific accessories. So we have got this travel cup here with a straw. So that's, I guess, for her iced coffee or whatever. There we go. So it's got sort of the SH sort of emblem all over it. And she can presumably hold it. I'm presuming the lid, yeah, the lid doesn't come off, and the straw is just kind of like rubbery. You can't take it out or anything, which is fine, because you don't really need to get it out or anything. And it's got this, so presumably she can actually hold it, which will be good. So it's something nice for her to pose with. The other bits we've got is we have a pair of sunglasses here. Now, I don't know if you can see, but obviously have a look at the picture at the end. It's actually got SH all over the frames in sort of like, there's pink and there's sort of like a greeny colour, which is interesting because I don't think she has that colour anywhere else on her. Actually, maybe she does. We'll have a look. But yeah, so that's kind of like pink and then a sort of a light green colour. On the side, we have I think it's like a Pegasus symbol. I'm sure this relates to something. If you know what it is, let me know in the comments down below. It's probably relating to a fashion brand, perhaps. So that is that. We've also got this sort of makeup stuff, which is kind of, I find it less useful because it's not like she can hold any of this stuff. Also, these kind of brushes, they're fine, but they're not greatly made. The paint job on some of these is abysmal, I would say, and they're quite bendy, which I don't remember them being before. This one particularly is not very good. And I don't know if they put them in while they're still waiting for them to dry, but yeah, I mean, they're kind of okay, I suppose, sort of on a dressing table or something for the dolls, but apart from that, as I say, they can't really hold them unless you're going to kind of try and band it into their hands. So that's those. There's 3 of those. And then we have got this, which is the palette of colours. So lots of different colours there, and then it's got like a mirror thing, which actually is reflective. It is quite good. You can probably see the camera and the camera strap in there. But yeah, so that is that. So let's bring on the doll herself. Here she is. What a trouble it was to get her out. I don't know if I necessarily forget what it's like to get these dolls out, or if my brain is purposely blocking the horrific memory of it. This seemed particularly bad. For saying there's no extra clothes or anything like that, it was not easy to get her out. She had a lot of tags, like a lot of tags. And she also had tags attaching the clothes to her, which seems completely pointless. I don't know how they expect her to wriggle out of the coat of this jacket or anything like that while she's in the box, because she's so securely in anyway. It's just annoying and it's silly and it damages the dolls, or at least it damages the clothes. I've now got a pair of shorts which have got like holes in them in 4 places because of where the tags were in. It's just really annoying. I'm so glad I didn't pay full price for this doll, because I would actually be weeping at this point probably. But yeah, so the clothes are kind of ruined in a way. It's not as if the holes are small. You can probably see them if I put them closer. So there's one here, there's one here, but the tag is still stuck behind there, by the way. And there's at least one on the waistband, and there's another smaller one there. It's just, why are they putting these tags in? What is going on? I don't know. And then there were also tags, obviously, around her legs, around her thighs, around her hands, around her head, around her hair. There were tags everywhere. I was kind of clipping away and there were tags literally like falling from the ceiling, I'm sure. It seemed never ending. So yeah, so that was an experience. Now that I can kind of compose myself a bit after ranting about tags, maybe I'm going to take this coat off so that we can actually see what she looks like without it. So let's have a quick look at her face. So obviously she is this kind of deep purple colour, and her eye makeup, if you can see it, is kind of black and silver, which obviously is quite striking. Her lips are a sort of a darker purple colour. I can't really see if there's any blushing. I think there might be a little bit, but it might just be that there's a sheen on the face, so it almost looks quite reflective. The hair obviously has product in it because they always have gel in. It's not actually as bad as some of them, but it certainly needs to be either brushed out or washed or something. I do like the style of it, as I say. One of the things that drew me to this doll was the fact that she did have shorter hair, which you don't really get on these rainbow or shadow high dolls. They all seem to have very long hair. She does have tinsel in it. You can kind of see different colours in here. So there is sort of like a sort of a greeny colour. And I think there's also a pinky colour, which would also kind of go with the whole glasses frame thing, where we can see the Shadow High logo in there, in those colours. Again, if you can't really see it very well, have a look at the picture at the end where I'll try and get a good picture of the glasses. But yeah, so there are different colours in her, despite the fact she kind of looks, I suppose, quite plain in that she's wearing kind of white and very light sort of silver metallic colours. So let's have a look, I guess, at the doll as a whole. If we go from the top down, so we've seen the face. She does have a very nice face. I do like her face. I like the shape of her eyes and her eye makeup and stuff like that. She has earrings in, which are, I guess, little sort of studs, which do move. They say Shadow High in them as well, because obviously when you go to school you have the name of the school written on all of your belongings. So yeah, so they're quite simple. I guess you're not going to see them so much because of the hair, so they didn't bother with it, with sort of giving her giant earrings, but that's okay. She's then got this kind of like mesh body sort of stocking, which I don't know if it goes all the way. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so here I am back. I've not undressed her completely, so I didn't realise that this is actually a body that she has on. So you could actually use this as maybe like a bathing costume or something, because, you know, that's essentially what it could be. So it's an all-in-one. It's kind of like a nice piece to have, I think, and obviously it's white, so it will go with most other things. It's got Shadow written on the front, obviously, and then it's got SH underneath it as well to tell you about the school. I did check, and basically the body stocking is literally one piece. So that would be interesting to try and take up and put back on again, I would imagine, because it's going to be quite delicate. So I'm not going to be removing it. I quite like it. It's quite unusual, I guess. But yeah, you can basically see that it kind of velcros at the back here, and then you'd have to try and take it off and then put it back on again. And obviously it's Velcro for this item as well. She does have a manicure. Let me show you that. So she has sort of silver nails. There we go. Which are quite cute. They don't give them pedicures, but I guess you're not really going to see the feet. So there's still more tags falling out of her, which is just what I wanted. Let me show you the shorts. So these are the shorts that she had on. They do Velcro at the back there, that's where they attach. That is kind of like a silver material, by the way. So it's kind of like a denim-y sort of silver colour. I don't know if you can kind of try and make the holes look smaller in some way by sort of rubbing the fabric or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so that is the shorts. And then we've got these shoes. The shoes are actually quite amazing. So they've got these white chunky soles. They do have a detail on them and real laces, which is something I don't think I've had with these dolls. Maybe I've just not had them with these sort of shoes before. But yeah, so they have actual laces on there. They have got the eyelets where the laces would go through as well. They've kind of been painted. And then it's got this sort of, I don't really know what this is. It's kind of like, it almost looks like they've been tagged. You know when people have been naughty and they get tagged and they can't leave the house or whatever, or leave within a certain diameter or it's going to go off. But yeah, so it's got these are on both of them. I think it's meant to be like a purse or something on each leg. I don't know. They are actually separate bits, so you could remove those if you wanted to. There's a bit on the back where they're kind of attached, but yeah, you could actually remove it completely if you want to do that. I don't really want to because I'll probably end up losing them. But yeah, it's kind of nice that the soles of the shoe are painted and that there's the eyelet detail there. There's also a detail on the pouch thing where we've got a silver thing, which again I think says Shadow on the front, and then we've got a silver zip, a silver kind of hook at the back, and a silver buckle as well. So it's kind of nice having all these sort of little details, particularly when I suppose she looks a bit more simple than some of the other dolls, sort of, you know, clothes wise. So then we've got this was the coat that she came in, or the jacket. So it's very padded. She's not going to freeze, that's for sure. There's no fastenings, but that's kind of okay. You don't really need to fasten it up. It's again got Shadow High all over it in kind of like a silver glittery design. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. You might be able to see something, but yeah, that's basically it. And then we've got pockets here. We've got stud details on there, which obviously are meant to be buttons. The pockets are real actually, so you could put some stuff in there if you wanted to. And then we have a hood at the back as well. The hood is much smaller than it would be in real life, and it's not as if it's going to go on her head anyway, I suppose. So that is that. We've also got a tag inside there which says SH for obviously Shadow High. And then we've got this big tag here, which I presume the clothes all have in them. And that says 2022 MGA. So I am going to put the clothes all back on her, and then we'll come back and have a last look at her. Okay, so here she is. This is her with her sunglasses on and her coat back on, and she's holding her drink. I have to say the jacket kind of is a bit cumbersome, and you can't really get the sort of the posability out of the doll when she's wearing it. Obviously, you know, only in her arms and stuff like that. But I guess it's going to happen because it is such a thick kind of jacket. She's almost got a kind of winter theme, although obviously, you know, this bit she's probably going to freeze in. I haven't seen the cartoon series or animation, so I don't know if she's kind of pictured with this coat on like all the time. But I mean, when she goes outside, she's not going to feel the benefit. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I'm more or less happy with her. Obviously, I'm a bit annoyed about all the tags and these lovely holes that I've got. But yeah, I didn't pay full price for her. She seems to be reduced quite a bit, and she got reduced again, I think, as well. So I don't know if she's just not selling. I did see somewhere that her look was based on a look that Rihanna had. I'm not sure. I don't think when I looked I couldn't really see a reference point for it, but that doesn't mean that, you know, it's not true. As I say, I'm kind of happy with her, more or less. I quite like the kind of the skin tone of her. I wasn't that sure about the whole fantasy coloured skin tones when I first sort of started to see them. So let me know what you think of her down in the comments below. Let me know if you had the same sort of issues with the tags and everything like that. Let me know what you think of the rest of the Shadow High line. As I mentioned, I don't think I'm going to be getting any of the Wave 3, but I guess never say never at this stage. If you've liked the video, please give it a like. Please share the video if you know anyone else that would like it. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. And from me and from dia-mond, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week. Well, I will. I'm not sure she will, but she'll be here in spirit anyway. So until then, Bye, bye, bye.